Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Level M Diecast bringing you a brand new segment here on the channel. Of course, this is found on Amazon. This is going to be all the weird stuff that we have come across on Amazon. We're going to make this a regular feature moving forward. We're going to have stuff like cheap diecast. We're also going to have some stuff like dioramas or whatever, but it's going to be all related to diecast. A little bit something different on the channel. I did pick up this ridiculous pack. It's really big. It doesn't even fit on the channel or on the screen there. I picked this up during Prime Day, so I've had this for a little bit. I had this since before the Matchbox Gathering, but just haven't had a chance to get to it. I got this because there's some cool looking stuff in here. We do like construction trucks here at Level M, but of course this was from Prime Day, so this is a 17-piece set. There's models and stuff, and of course most of these are knockoffs of actual models and stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and get into this. It just says a powerful truck, 17 pieces. It says there are 12 models in here. There's a couple of like cones and little pieces there at the bottom. Nothing real fancy here. It just says it is a alloy model. There is the back of it. The deets from Amazon. Of course, ultra made in China because it's always made in China. Just generic stuff here. Nothing fancy. It says, owning it is your best choice, high-powered. For whatever that's supposed to mean. So, let's just go ahead and get into this. It is taped on the top. We are not going to keep the packaging, though, so we'll just tear it off. Get the taped part out so we can slide it out. It is a plastic tray, just as you'd probably expect. Just cardboard, so we'll get the cardboard out of here. The little construction pieces are on the back side. These were not shown in the listing, so this is something different. We'll see what we got in here. We do have a cone. Just a regular cone. Does have some print on it. Of course, the print's not very straightforward, but we have a cone. Only one. There's only one cone. We do have a sign that shows that there is a stoplight. It does have a sticker on it, which is not very well placed. Nothing on the back side. This one that shows cars and motorcycles share the road. So obviously that's pretty important for other countries. Motorcycles are very, very popular in other countries. A lot more popular than the U.S. This looks like a passing zone maybe, or something like that. It's a very interesting sign. Definitely not something that we have in the U.S. Not something I recognize. And then the last one here just says, notice there is deer crossing and construction at the same time. Very, very interesting. All right, let's get the signs to the side. We'll just go ahead and start this from the bottom. We do have a bulldozer here. It just says truck on it. Truck seems to be the kind of name brand or whatever. It does have a movable blade in the front. Just little wheels on the bottom. The neon yellow part you see here is all die-cast. Everything else is plastic, and it's actually very good quality. It's really good quality. It's quite durable plastic. A little bit of print on there for the tracks or whatever, and it just says metal there on the front. It's pretty basic, pretty rudimentary, but it would do the trick if you were a kid for sure. All right, construction trucks also need equipment to deliver. This guy does not have a window. There's no window in this truck. No window. It's kind of a Scania front end though. Looks decent. The drum does rotate, which looks kind of cool. Kong is the name brand. That actually is a brand name, Chinese brand name for a lot of diecast toys and stuff like that. So I have seen that brand name before. So they're just kind of using it. Wheels are not too bad. You see these are screwed together, which is an interesting assembly. The axles are way too long for this particular truck. See how much they hang off. But the details are okay. It's not bad. Again, just no window. And then it's like a silver painted interior, which is kind of weird. But, it's kind of a thing. This one is one of the most interesting ones. Because this one, ooh, look at that. It actually rotates. So this is a direct knockoff of Matchbox's Road Grader. 100%. It's even an ink style deco with the blue and yellow. It even has the kind of simulated crown wheels. This one is quite a knockoff for sure. Just says roadwork on the side. There's just some fine prints in there. The casting's pretty nice. It says metal on the back, ripper on the back, which is kind of cool. I'm really shocked that this actually moves. It hits the wheels though, so it's not supposed to move quite as far as it does. And it's relatively large. This is definitely bigger than the Matchbox casting, but it is a rip off. It's actually not too bad though. I'm pretty shocked that it turns. I didn't realize it was going to turn. Have actually some moving features, and then of course the cab is just a separate piece, but no deets on the bottom. None of these have no deets. All right, this is one of the ones I was particularly interested in. So this is a complete knockoff of a Tomica. This is the Kobelco crane, I believe. So this one has, wow, it's actually, you hear the notches? It'll actually stay up. That's pretty impressive. That's the top version there. It just says max 60 tons. Really good quality prints on there. The prints are actually really good. Separate hook. Does have, ooh, look at that. It's got a 2-stage boom on it. That is quite impressive. Does it rotate? Oh, and it rotates. So it does every single thing that the Tomica one does. It's even in similar colors, but this is quite impressive. The gray part here, this is all metal. It's the only metal on the casting, but the rest of it's plastic. But that's very impressive. I am thoroughly impressed. That is quite nice. Didn't think that it would do that much features. That's pretty cool, and it stays notched up. That's kind of cool. That's actually not too bad. A little bit of print on the back as well. Very, very interesting. It's actually really good quality. It's actually one of the better cheap diecasts I think I've ever held in my hands. I'm quite impressed. Just in real quick, the blue is the only thing that's metal on this. Just the blue. Everything else is plastic. And then of course with the cement truck, just the red is metal. All right, moving on to something that's pretty rudimentary. This is just a excavator. It does have 2 modes of movement though, which is kind of nice. The bucket itself does not move, just says Kong again on the side. A little bit of print to simulate the tracks, just little wheels on the bottom. Does have a rotating 360 degree though. A little bit of print on the top, says Kong on the back. Looks okay sitting there. Wheels are a little terrible, but not the end of the world. All right, we do have a forklift. This one is kind of a mixture. It's mainly based off of the Tomica Toyota. It doesn't go all the way to the ground, so that's as close as it gets to the ground. But it does move, which is pretty nice. This is all silver painted plastic. Just the blue you see is metal. Says K5 forklift, Kong on there, Kong on the bottom, back. All plastic there, plastic in the back. Just the blue is metal. It's not too bad. The wheels are way too big, so too much of a 4-wheel drive type of setup. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these back in here just to make it easier to move these around. All right, moving on to the next side. We do have ourselves a front end loader. This one is pretty big. It's actually really big. As a matter of fact, I still have the Mini GT here in the studio. It's giant. It really is big. Very large. Which, realistically is a good thing. It should be big. But this one's just really big. This is a far bigger wheel than Hot Wheels or Matchbox make in the basic range. XK5 is the number for this unit. Just the yellow is metal. Does move up and down, so it does have basic movements, which is okay. More plastic, lots of plastic. It's this one doesn't feel as good quality. The plastic is a little cheaper on this one, but it's kind of weird. Some of these are okay quality, and some of them are kind of crappy quality. All right, we do have a road roller. I don't think this is particularly based off of anybody in particular. The roller drums are plastic, so no surprise there. All the teal kind of color you see is the metal, to say Kong. XK68 on there, road roller. It's pretty good. It doesn't, unfortunately, it doesn't pivot in the middle, which would be really, really nice. But it's not too bad. There's some detail in there for the cab. There's a steering wheel and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. It's a little bit on the bigger side, but still kind of a cool piece. I mean, it's construction stuff. I mean, it's made for kids. It's really made for kids. This is just an ultra generic dump truck, so it's not based on anything. You see it in the front. It's not based on anything. No window again. This one is really, really kind of crappy quality. Definitely doesn't feel very good. The wheels scrape on the wheel wells, but it does dump, which is kind of nice, and it actually does have an opening rear flap section here, which is really, really nice. It's a separate piece, all plastic, but that is kind of cool. It definitely has play value to it. Which is all right. Just says truck on the side. Of course, just your gold color is just the metal stuff. So it's not too bad. All right, now this one is one of the reasons why I actually bought it. So I bought it because of this crane, was one of them, which turned out to be even better than I thought. But this thing is super cool. This is like a drilling rig, and I think this actually works. So this lifts up. Oh, man, that's so cool. It's so cool. And then when you want to drill, I think this will, oh, there we go. It actually moves down. And you could actually like drill down with it. It has a little simulated drill head on it. It doesn't actually spin. There's nothing to spin, but that's actually really, really cool. So if you were to take this piece off and put it on a really nice set of roller tracks. Sorry about that. Roller tracks to get it to work. It would actually look pretty cool. It's a little bit bigger. It's bigger than the other excavator. It doesn't rotate 360. Unfortunately, it's fixed. But this whole contraption on the front is actually really, really nice. This is a metal rod. The rest of it's plastic. There is a little holder piece here that moves as well to keep it firmly on there. It doesn't do any other movements as far as in or out, but it does fold down. It's actually really, that's actually really, really cool. This is a really, really nice piece. It says pile driving, but that's definitely not a pile driver. But, I mean, you could simulate it's like a pile driver. It's pretty cool though. This is really, really cool. And then it just says metal on the back. This one's super cool. I actually really, really like this. This is actually quite a cool piece. For being cheap too. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, moving on to the dump truck. This is just their own version of a dump truck. It is, of course, huge K25 Kong on the side. Powerful, yes, because it is powerful. That is just, yeah. I like the texture in the bed. Kind of a grid setup. Of course, it does dump as far as you want it to. Works all the way. A little bit of a piece in there to create some friction a little bit. Yellow is the only thing that's metal. Big, huge base there. Big, huge, giant tires on it. It's kind of cool. It's made for kids, but it's all right. All right, the last one we have here is a paver. This thing is kind of interesting. It's a little mixture of wanting to kind of be cool and being ultra, ultra cheap. So this bottom metal part that goes around here, that's the only thing that's metal. The rest of this one is all plastic. It does have these little hopper doors that fold up, which are realistic. That's definitely the way that they work. But it's only got a couple of axles on it, which is definitely not right. Of course, power again on the side. It does say metal. Just a little piece of plastic here on the back to keep it from bottoming out on the ground, because there's a lot of weight on the outside of that axle. And then just a really interesting steering wheel. You would never drive one of these like that, but it tries, but kind of interesting thing. So there we go. That is a nice kind of construction pack, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I get this back in there. It goes this way. There we go. Get it the other way. All right, so let's get this out of the way because we're not done. We got more stuff. We got stuff that's more tailored to the collector guy. All right, so we also picked these up. This is whatever that says, collection. So these are little plastic kind of display, kind of organizers kind of thing. This is how they come. So they come in a plastic box. There is the deets there. It just says racetrack. So I actually got 2 of these because it makes it a lot easier. When you open it up and you take it out, you do get this simulated road surface here with 4 spots. So you can set this on the table just like this, and you can put cars in there and stuff like that and kind of create your own little kind of race simulation. They just open on the end. There's little flaps on the end. And what we'll do is after I show you these to you, we'll get the camera redirected, and I'll throw a couple of them in there and see what we got going on. This is how they come. Each one has their own little road section that's inside. There is the little logo there. Unfortunately, that is printed on the road, but once you put a car in there, you don't see it. All of them are covered with a nice plastic protective cover. So you do take the plastic off. The plastic is super, super clear. They are folded, so you do have to get some bend in them to get them set to where you want them to be. You don't want to over bend them because then it makes it not as easy to put a car in there. So you snap the one side, get some more in there, put these down there like that, snap it in there, and then there you go. That is the little logo that's in there. But then it sits like this, and you put a car in there, and it kind of looks like a racetrack. And then you can stack them on top of each other. I have one extra one here. So you can stack them on top of each other. So what we'll do is we'll get the camera down a little bit. And so what we'll do is I have a couple of wheel swaps here. Of course, we got the Supra. Swapped a Bentley here, just some rudimentary stuff. And then I got one that's a little bit taller, the Pajero, so that we can see just how they fit. So we'll take our Supra, put your Supra in there, snap the little thing, and then that's the way it looks. So you can set that down, and then we'll take another car here. We'll crack open the lid, throw the Bentley in there, close that guy down. Remember, guys, these are made in China, so they're not exactly going to be the greatest quality, but they're not bad. They're not bad. And then you could put that there. So then you could stack them up. You can have them on a desk, or you can have them in a display case, but they have like this little, kind of cool looking road section to it. They look kind of cool. Obviously, they're going to keep all the dust off of everything, which is really, really nice. And you can stack a bunch of them up. We'll see if the Pajero fits. The Pajero is a little bit taller. So it does. It fits in there just fine. So it'll fit some taller stuff. If you wanted to go crazy, we'll try this. I don't know why anybody would ever do this, but it's in the studio, so let's give it a shot. See what it looks like with some higher end diecast in there. So a little bit of a road race surface looking deal. That's actually kind of cool. Looks kind of like it's racing a little bit, which is not too bad, but it's kind of cool. They come, I think it is 15. I think they come 15 to a pack. They're only like $16 delivered. They're pretty cool. I'm always looking for ways to display stuff, and that's kind of what makes it hard, is trying to find stuff to display. You really got to factor in the cost of what it takes to display one car. So if you buy like a Carney case, you're spending like between $2 and $3 usually to display one single car. This is probably best bang for a buck. You're spending about $1 to display one car, which is a pretty good deal. But again, it's plastic, so it doesn't look as nice. But I think these are pretty cool. I think it's a good alternative to some other stuff. But it's cheap. It's on a budget, so not too shabby. Like I said, I bought a couple of those. This is how they are. You just got to take them all apart, and you got to rip all the plastic off and assemble them. But it works. It works pretty good. It works pretty good. And then, of course, your nice little road display case real quick. We'll put I guess we should have put our other guy in there. Now, here's the problem is when you're trying to figure out how to set these in here and do the flap, they move around a lot. But you get the gist of it. You get the gist of it. I like it. If you put something in the bottom to like hold them and keep them from rolling, it would probably be a lot better. But I think this is just a way of kind of making a cool display box for essentially what it's shipping in. So not too shabby. It's all right. It's all right. Anyways, there you go. That is a couple things from Amazon. Our good old pilot episode. I do have a lot of this stuff in the pipeline. This will be a regular feature moving forward. And we'll have all kinds of stuff, all kinds of different diecast related things, displays, cars, everything, just anything you can think of. Just super cool stuff on Amazon. So if you want to buy anything you just checked out, I will have links to those items down below. It's not an affiliate or nothing. I don't make money on it. But if you want to buy them, I'll help you out. And there you go. So we're going to roll out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Level on Diecast. Peace.